The DA also entered government to be part of government and not to be mere spectators. We need to be in the wheelhouse of government where we can determine the economic direction of the country, not just merely swabbing the decks down below. And that has been the reason and the issues that have characterized the last few weeks of talks and negotiations between the DA and the ANC. We don't seek to dominate government. We fully accept that we do not have a 51% majority. But equally so, no other party has 51% in the government of national unity. And that means that parties have to work together. They have to compromise, and they have to be allowed to have their voice heard loud and clear within that government. It is not tenable or sustainable to be a part of a government that cuts you out of key decision-making areas, whether that is economic policy, whether it's foreign policy. The government of national unity is not a continuation of the sixth administration. It is a new government, a government that reflects the will of the people and reflects the electoral outcome of last year. And that electoral outcome is that there is no majority party. We are committed to the government of national unity, and we entered the government of national unity because we think it is the right thing to do for the people of South Africa. But it then has to become a genuine power-sharing relationship. It cannot simply be that one party says to another party that consensus means you agree with everything we put on the table and you don't agree with anything that we don't agree with anything you put on the table. And so we are seeking ways in which we can ensure that there is a balance within the government of national unity of those particular issues. 5 weeks ago, we put on the table in Parliament and in the subcommittee at Cabinet a proposal that would see a fiscal framework passed that did not include a VAT increase. That was rejected at the time, and we were told unequivocally that in fact there was no ways this budget could be passed without a VAT increase. We disagreed, we showed the numbers, we showed how it could be done. And it's ironic that we find ourselves now in the same position that we were 5 weeks ago, with a solution now that wants to exclude VAT. And so there is still time, if there is a commitment from all parties to genuinely focus on power sharing and inclusive government, to find each other. And we are certainly, our door is open. We remain available to talk, but it has to be on the basis that we move to a system of genuine power sharing and not just a situation where we are reduced to. We did receive a letter from business, indeed, and I think we've seen the market's reaction to a government without the DA. R1 trillion wiped off the JSE just as a result of a market reaction to a potential that the DA would no longer be in government. And so I do think that careful thought needs to be given to the next steps and that cool heads need to prevail. And I think that we need to sit down rationally and try and find a way through this. But that can only happen if there is a genuine commitment to power sharing. And I think that is very important.